Yes, I know what you're thinking. ReZero has actually finished, but there are some OVAs, and even if they are only 2-minute quick fun things, I'm going to try and stuff as many as possible into a single episode so that we can enjoy them, especially since Season 2 will be coming out at some point. However, until then, we've got to be satisfied with what we've got. The wait is painful, isn't it? But if you don't want to let go of ReZero just yet, then stick around. Let's watch these. Yep, everything's got to be... Hopefully they explain some little things in this. Finally, someone asking the actual questions. And Subaru's giving the whole, well, it's a story. This is an isekai, isn't it? Of course, he's not telling Emilia, he's basically telling us. Well, the thing for me is that I know them as apples. And Ringo. And Appa. So it's even stranger for us who speak English, because we've got the 3 languages, not just 2. Pepper? A Pima? I wasn't a big fan of them at all, ever. So even small, tiny details like not liking peppers. This is stuff that might have fleshed out Emilia a bit more in the actual season. Don't really care for eggplants or tomatoes. I mean, I'd eat them, but I don't really care for certain vegetables. Whatever did happen to felt? I know we got kind of reintroduced with being a part of the selection process, but then it's like, we don't need to know anymore or see this part of the story. He's really been there because he's died. So this going to be referencing back to certain episodes each time. Because people die if he doesn't get there. Okay. Is there the same sense of time and day-night cycle? So they don't even have sundials? Okay, fair enough. Yeah, we just need a brief gist of it rather than a rundown. I like it. How the world works and a bit of world building. Character building and world building in a cutesy exterior. This is what this is. How little she knows. Oh, okay, we're talking about the confrontation in the loot house. Yeah, we got shown that Reinhardt is this badass. And then that's all we really got. And then it was more focusing on Julius instead of Reinhardt. I can't say I've ever mixed salt and sugar in an actual recipe. Yep. Even his reaction images there, responding to her. That kind of just little... So the chibi versions of them know something's up, but they never showed that kind of inclination in the actual show. Subaru isn't inherently bad, no. He's just a bit self-serving and stupid sometimes. Gooly gooly. I don't know if that's what he actually said, but it's close enough. Chibi, Rem, and Ram. What does one mean? Oh, okay. Is this universal or just something that Rem does? Subaru is a bit special, yes. To be fair, I'm surprised there isn't more things that Subaru does that is kind of considered harassment or something in this world. Considering he has very little idea of the culture and whatnot. On a general scale, at least. But No, he's going to pay for it, is he? You see, this kind of interaction between them just, sounds like something that would be in the actual show. Confusing, stupid, and putting him down. Although, not that high five. I would expect Ram trying desperately not to touch him rather than actually high five him. Subaru's impression of him just then was spot on. How long does he take each day putting on his makeup, and can he stop singing? Or at least putting that inflection on his voice. So it's just for eccentricities rather than to hide any of his physical features. So what's his question? My expression was pretty much Ram's there. Subaru has I never actually thought about how old he was. But Subaru doesn't really have a filter on him, does he? I wonder how much the people here actually cared about like Subaru's home world of being Japan. Because, they might not care about Subaru, but learning about other cultures is sometimes beneficial. Subaru knows full well what being beaten half to death means. I kind of want to see Chibi Pietrogeist. It's right there, and okay, that's why. Too close. Too close. She's just holding her hair. Yep. His rewards and prizes are pretty much anything just gets a bit close to Emilia. Oh, I get it. Trying to save him and her from the embarrassment just then. Or the awkwardness of it. Puck really has taken a liking to Subaru. Oh, Christ. I do like how Puck just plays along. Blake Diamond. Yep. B. Even in the... Just explaining the title, she can't seem enthusiastic. The amount of knowledge held in her library there is incredibly useful. I was about to say that. But I don't think it really needs stating at this point, does it? Maybe these would have been good to see, like, periodically after the actual episodes. As a sort of accompaniment. He's very eccentric. Yeah, he's not helping his position here, is he? Although the kind of... Oh, Christ. Even the art style in that... reminiscent of other certain Sojo stuff. He's trying to get more... like a less formal friendship, relationship thing with her. I'm surprised that we didn't hear some sort of fatal conflict after calling her that. Yes. Although in that time, it did mean quite a lot to him. Wage thief. Yep. Has he unlocked all the endings? How they interact with him is kind of genuine. Even though he would enjoy it very much, he wouldn't want to force that kind of situation again. Ah, that's what he's changing. I think I'd use the T over the A. Because that episode when he had the lap pillow is when Rem changed her attitude towards him. Doesn't take much. Yasashi janai. And he's dead. Oh, he hasn't worked to the degree that he promised, apparently. To be fair, at certain points of the show, Subaru really did push himself to the point of breaking himself. So you got to appreciate that side of him, even if it is to his deficit. Are you ever needed in their eyes? I can kind of get it, but also it's funny. Oh. Woo! You don't want to start filling her head with that kind of thing. Oh, nice. She has a way of forcing him to do stuff, doesn't she? And then you have to redo the work that he has done. Even if he puts his all into it, he sucks. A bit like Ram. The work isn't actually that great. You see, I would be surprised about how Ram gets away with it all, but her sister's adoration of her kind of explains it. Yes, he doesn't have quite the stamina that the Onis do, does he? I kind of want to see crazed Oni Rem, yeah. What, in a chibi form is what I mean. You see, I remember that point where he was honestly before Rem started trusting him, and when she was chasing him with the iron ball and the chain. I can't remember what you call it at this point. So why don't you remember me? You're always leaving me behind. And there's the pain in his voice. Pretty sure I stated it back then as well, but being forgotten is probably my worst fears out of everything so far. He goes through stages, but he does try. Sometimes all of the will in the world doesn't overcome just inability. Well... It is kind of greedy in a self-satisfactory kind of way. Yes! Disappointed, maybe? Angry at all. Would she even know it if she was truly angry? She doesn't seem capable of holding on to that anger. Or at least on the surface, showing it. Yep, he's moved on from Tenchi. Yep, completely overlooked. Yeah, but then he can just try again. Sometimes you want just the simple things. Yep. You can go for the big, meaningful gestures, and sometimes all it takes is just spending some time. It's time together, isn't it? Sometimes it is just the small moments that mean the most. And I feel like that little ending there kind of displays that. Even after the insanity of some of the other moments of this show. I think that's what makes ReZero kind of stand out a bit, is that it actually understands that. It's like... it's trying to put on this kind of... I would say power fantasy, but Subaru doesn't have the power. He just has the tenacious will to keep trying. And so, like, the rewards and the outcomes for the trials and tribulations that he goes through could be tremendous. But all he really wants is to spend more time with Emilia. Yes, incredibly selfish and greedy in that kind of respect, but he doesn't ask for more than that goal. So you kind of have to respect him, even if you do think he's a bit creepy. But yes, that was about halfway through the actual season in terms of story progression with these little chibi things. So, still got a few more. Although I have kind of ran out of time for this, so I'll be ending it now. If you've enjoyed, then please let me know. I will be finishing the rest because, well, small bits of information and world-building, character progression, as I've said, is always nice. And having more of ReZero can never really be a bad thing. I don't see how they could mess it up in these little semi-fourth wall break type things every so often. And so if you're excited for Season 2, then please let me know down in the comments. And I guess... join me again for the next one. We'll be finishing off the kind of chibi section thing, and then probably moving on to Overlord once again. So hopefully you're excited for that. And so, get some rest, and I'll see you in the next one.